All right, so it's kind of a slow news day, which is good and bad, and we'll get to why that is. We've got 5 days left until the regular season. That's right. Next Wednesday, there's 4 hockey games on that will matter, that will be the first games that matter of the season, and everything that's happened until now, you're going to forget all about it. The way they put it on, I'm trying to remember which broadcast it was last night. I'm trying to remember if it was the Detroit-St. Louis game where they said you'll get men in blacked. You get that thing, look right here, and your memories of the preseason just disappear, and it's regular season or nothing. So 5 days and clean slate. So the Austin Matthews thing, and we've talked about what occurred and what took place. Body cam footage from the police station has emerged where we hear the security guard, who's now been named. And I'm really hoping that we don't see her getting harassed online. I say that knowing she'll get harassed online. Notice I didn't put her name on the board because I don't want to play any kind of role in that. But she's saying she wouldn't have gone to the police at all. But what happened is she reported it to the building manager. The building manager went to Austin Matthews' dad, who went, no, my son wouldn't do that. That's what drives people nuts, is when a parent will go, my kid wouldn't do that. Yeah. No. Nope. Not my kid. So, that's what happened. We are here because Brian Matthews said no. And he was reached out to for a comment by TSN and media and nothing. She's been reached out to by the media as well, and she's not having any comment. It's highly likely she's going to get bothered by Toronto media a lot, and probably had no idea. She had no idea who he was at the time of the incident. She did not have a clue who he was at the time of the incident. I keep seeing people saying things like, if you did this, you would have gone to jail. Well, no, it was a nobody. She didn't know who he was. And then the one that makes me laugh is, you wouldn't understand because, as a man, you wouldn't understand. I know I have a channel that's all about hockey. If anybody thinks I grew up as a jock, they're wrong. If anybody thinks that I grew up around the bar culture and all that, no. I had a small group of friends who were male, but I always got along better with women than I got along with men. To the point where when I got my first girlfriend, which was very, very late for me to get a first girlfriend, I remember a woman in my church saying, "Oh, you have a girlfriend?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I was starting to worry about you." And I thought, worry, huh? And it was because I was always around girls. Now, I knew from being in the bars locally that if a girl left the table, she left her drink there, and she came back to it, she had to throw it out because she was going to get roofied. I've been around people that's happened to. It happens all the time. It is a very common occurrence. So this whole, Shannon's defending the of course he's going to defend the male aspect. No, if anything, I'm saying what happened here was something really stupid. And, there wasn't anything sinister. And the other thing that's come out of this is that she got out of the car and had a conversation with them after. So it sounds like things were reasonable until Matthews decides this conversation would be better. I'm going to leave it at that. Anyways, we would not be here. We would not be having this discussion if his dad said, yeah, my kid. And that is something that we do see where, and I remember from school, parents, I had problems with, because my kid wouldn't do that. I punched myself in the face then. All right, good. I should stop doing that. So there. And again, this story is going to continue. The one thing is, John Tavares is going to be captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Do not see this as this is because Matthews did this. Brian Burke was told before this whole thing came out, before the Leafs knew about it, and the Leafs did not know about it until it came out in the media this week, that he was told John Tavares was going to get the C before any of this came out, before the Leafs knew anything that had happened. So John Tavares will be a legitimate captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Guy Lafleur is going to make a full recovery. That's the expectation. So he had successful quadruple bypass surgery yesterday. I remember my dad went through that at one point, and that's some scary stuff. Quadruple bypass is the scary stuff. So he got through the surgery, and he's expected to be okay. So good on Guy Lafleur. So that's good news. See, there's some good news. In the NHL tonight, we have Nashville in against the Carolina Hurricanes, Toronto in against Detroit, Washington in playing the St. Louis Blues, the LA Kings in against the Vegas Golden Knights, and the New Jersey Devils are playing the Columbus Blue Jackets. No hockey hometown third-party locations that I saw for tonight. So it's just 5 regular games and 5 regular NHL buildings, which I'm sure will have 5 regular exhibition game kind of scores. So, you know, the one thing I'm wondering if we're going to see is we've seen scoring kind of down in preseason for the most part. I'm wondering if that's going to continue into the regular season. Of course, I would have big names on the waiver wire on the board if there were any. There were 9 guys on waivers today, and none of them were a surprise. So we'll see what happens tonight, and as we go into the weekend and the exhibition games wrap up, and then we see those rosters form before our eyes. All right, there you go. Sort of a little bit of news of the day. I'm doing this now because the kids have friends coming over to play board games. So that could get really noisy and obnoxious. So I'm doing the video now, and there may be a video later, but not until after that's cleared out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all of your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And I've said for a while, I think YouTube's a giant social experiment, and this week's been fascinating. Thank you guys so much for being a part of that, and I will talk to you again soon.